Good day, everyone. Father Neil Dadey here with you once again to share just a little spiritual insight as we continue our journey to the kingdom. And it deals with St. Teresa of Avila. St. Teresa of Avila was a Spanish mystic. She died in 1582, I believe. She was a member of the Reformed Carmelite friars and nuns. Now, she, with St. John of the Cross, tried to reform the Carmelite order at that time, to pull them back into what their original call was to be, prayer and work. They felt that their orders were becoming a little too secular, and so they were trying to reform and bring them back. Well, you know, with any type of change or any type of reform, they were going to be met with opposition. Specifically opposition within their own communities. In fact, St. John of the Cross, her contemporary, was jailed by his own friars for insubordination. And St. Teresa is noted for being a doctor of the church. In 1970, she was declared a doctor, the first female to be declared a doctor of the church. She wrote books, and one of the books she wrote was called The Interior Castle. The Interior Castle for us was mandatory reading in a seminary. We had to read it. It was part of a spirituality class. And within the book itself, she writes that there are 7 mansions that a person progresses through to reach the pinnacle of the 7th mansion, which would be the vision of God, the beatific vision that you're in heaven. And one could measure their progress by what level and what characteristics are found within each of the levels, each of the mansions. Well, in the seminary, what happened was guys began to compare. This was a source of pride, spiritual pride. What mansion are you in? I think I'm in the 2nd. What mansion are you in? I think I'm in the 4th. What mansion they would ask me that I'm in, I'd say, I think I'm still in the cellar. I haven't got out to the 1st yet. But it became a source of spiritual pride. Because people then, what were they doing? They were focusing on themselves and where they are, instead of focusing on God. And my spiritual director said, read the book, that's class material, but do not worry where you are, what level, what mansion you're in. Leave that worry to God. And that was one of the best pieces of advice that he could have given me, because it kept me from comparing myself against somebody else. It kept me from judging someone else. That my concern was on my own personal growth in achieving a closer union with God. Now, the book is a masterpiece. It's a classic in spiritual life. But again, we need to be careful that it doesn't lead us to spiritual pride. Because I think sometimes in our own life, that is a danger. We sort of judge ourselves against others. We see how spiritual we are, how many rosaries we pray, how many masses we attend, how many novenas we say. Do we kneel on the floor or do we kneel on the kneeler? And so with these things we have in our mind that we are holy, therefore we are progressing in a spiritual life. But that might not be so. That might not be correct at all. Because where is our focus? Once again, our focus is on ourself and not on the Father. Our focus is on where am I growing? How am I growing? What more can I do to advance my spiritual life? And again, it's the wrong pronouns. I, mine, no. That's not correct. The correct is how am I growing in God? What is God leading me? Where is He guiding me? Where is He in my life? That's the center. That's what counts the most. And I think that's what Teresa Avila intended with her masterpiece, the interior castle. Not that it becomes a self-centering, but it becomes a push outward to allow God to move us through the various floors, if we may say it that way, on His time, at His plan, with Him in mind. I mean, if He wants us to stay on the first level in the first mansion, well, so be it. St. Teresa, little flower, of course you know my favorite, said she would rather be a sand on the beach and be completely content with that, because it was God's plan for her. And so indeed, what I would say to all of you is I remind myself, be faithful. That's what the Lord wants. He doesn't care what mansion we're in. He wants our faithfulness, to be willing to continue our journey, to continue to seek Him, to continue to ask, Lord, what do you want from me? And no matter what growth we make, leave that to Him. Don't worry about it. He will bring to fruition any work that we have started or begin. And so, keep from spiritual pride. It releases us. It gives us the freedom just to be with God and to do what He wants. So let Teresa of Avila inspire you to continue your journey, not worry what mansion you're in, and leave that totally up to God. Take care, God bless, and have a great day.